Welcome, my people, to Docs with Fat Cat. Short for documentaries with the guy down there with the cigar. Docs with Fat Cat, man. Every week here on the Just Bake channel, the JBC, we do documentary watchings because here we do things and we say stuff. We go around, we pick one, and we discuss it. We talk our shit, and we say what's what about it. And this week we had none other than Fat Cat select what he select. Now, this was called the Bray Road Beast. Did I say that right this week, guys?
Yeah. The Brave Road
Help me out,
Beast.
help me out. I've been known to slay because it doesn't have a second part to a name. That's why it's not like the Bray Road Beast, the second coming of the wolf. It's nothing like
Yeah.
that. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? But I would fuck it up. But yo, uh, you picked the Bray Road Beast
Yeah.
documentary uh, about this werewolf in Wisconsin. I'm gonna let you take it away, man. You picked it, so that's how we do it here on the Docs with Fat Cat. Usually, whoever picks it, we kind of bounce the ball to them, so they can break off the point of what they selected and what about it made them want to check it out, and let them start off what they thought about it first. So, Fat Cat, the ball is yours, brother.
All right. He shoots and he scores. Check this out, right? So basically, it was for the ending for the Halloween theme and all that, and you know a lot of these picks are piggyback off of the picks from the previous choices, and then all I do is I check what other people seen or other documentaries around. So this one it was about werewolves. Support, that was the gist. So I said, fuck it, why not? It would be a good pick. But as we get into it, you know what I mean. It got in depth to what's even more is about. You know what I mean. But yeah, the cold just and the face value of it was because of werewolves. It was like a folklore legend around Wisconsin about this
In
beast.
in the one
Yeah,
town, Elk.
elk. Yep.
Was it Elklore?
I
Was the
think
name of the
it's
place?
Elkhorn.
Elkhorn,
Elkhorn.
Wisconsin,
Elkhorn. See, there I go again. Elkmore,
and Elkhorn,
Elkhorn,
Wisconsin,
Elkhorn,
and
Wisconsin.
you know what I mean. And basically, it was just a lot of hearsay through the town, and it just kept
Well,
just growing and growing and growing and
this
growing.
documentary was to show that they had some sort of proof, is what they were trying to say in this
But they
documentary.
was
Of well,
right.
this is their statement of the Bray family, which owned that farm, right?
I bought the
And
farm about like they were the actual people that were in the documentary were fifth generation farm owners. Their grandfathers had bought it back in the day. You know what I mean? It was passed down. And basically back in them times, that was a sense of getting money. It was just farming
right.
it. So in that area, there's like 100 mile circumference and out from Elkhorn and 100 round radius around Elkhorn is all farms.
All farms and
You,
woodland
you
and
know what I
all that.
mean? Yeah, and it's all adjacent, so everything is connected and it's all adjacent to each other. You know what I mean? So it's all flatlands and things like that. And Bray Road is like in this like it's crazy because it's like right in the middle of all that shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
And
And that
and
Bray family is that was supposed to be the first sighting. That's hence the name of this Bray
well, the
Road.
first was
Well,
on their street basically.
yeah, because you got
Of
to
what
remember
they
they once they got into it, they were talking about back in the fucking 1800s. Some
right
Right.
once
They
again,
sightings.
yeah,
started
So
off. Yeah, they started off with like the kind of werewolf history a little bit. And they tap into
right.
that a little
At
bit.
first, the first sightings and things like that were just farmers saying that they had these things, this creature just around their land. You know what I mean? This and that. And
Right.
then one guy said to one guy, and then one guy was like, "Oh yeah, I noticed that." And then yeah, I know what you're talking about. I saw that too, but it was over here and over there. You know what I mean? So it started going back and forth. You know what I mean? And then it got
P,
to
if I
this
could
one
real
lady.
quick, if you remember, Usher did a song with R. Kelly called "Same Girl." And that's the
Yeah,
kind of vibe that I believe a lot of the farmers had with each other. They're like, "Oh, is it her? Is it?
right,
Oh, we're talking about the same
right,
We talking
girl."
about
Yep,
the same girl.
exactly.
right. Yeah. But then
But
you know what I mean.
oh,
Then it got to like the town papers. You know what I'm saying? Then once it got to the town papers, that's when they like started going nation. Like abroad. You know what I mean? And things like that. Like
Once Sally drew
reporters.
that cartoon. once she drew that cartoon, then
Yeah.
everyone was like, "Whoa, I've
Whoa,
seen that. I've
Sally.
seen that."
I've seen that. Then everybody's seen it all of a sudden, and they
And then
hit the streets, and then here comes the tourists with their cameras.
you got this guy, the towns guy. You know what I mean? He's like not a sheriff, but he's the record keeper or some shit of the town.
Mm.
Where he's got this file. You know
Oh,
what I mean? And
the werewolf file.
it's titled, yeah, and it's titled Werewolves. And then the journalist gets this title and it's like, holy shit,
Right.
Mhm.
So
this
basically,
must be some meat here.
what's
You
her
know what I
name?
mean?
Was her name Lisa? Right? Or was it Eliza? Liza? The
I
lady.
forget what her name was. I could find it
Yeah, the
though.
lady who was basically spearheading the documentary that was speaking
Right,
the
right,
most.
right. But
She's the one that
she wrote books on it and
she wrote
everything.
the book. The book is called the name of this
Great
documentary was named after her
after the
book.
book. Correct,
After her
correct.
book, right. So she's the one that basically spearheaded this documentary, basically on. I would assume that if you got her
On her
book,
information. Right.
right, if you got her book, everything that was in this documentary is going to be a broader scale of what was in this documentary from
Linda,
that point.
Linda Godfrey.
Correct.
Linda, I knew it was an L. Okay, Linda.
Oh, Godfrey, huh? She did
Ah,
God.
Gilbert, related to Gilbert.
Maybe you look like a little bit.
Could have been.
That's like that. Minus the voice. Minus the.
But
Oh,
so yeah,
yeah,
so
she put it together.
she started, putting the pieces together, and then she grew. And then she came with this wild notion of, you know what? Let's start investigating. If this guy's talking about that he's got these files and these pictures of shit that other people came to telling them about this, so we want to investigate. And then that's when what Five said. Eventually, they came to investigate that this thing is just not a little, just a coincidence of sightings. Like this, they researched that it went all the way back to like the 1800s and shit like that.
Yeah.
And
Right.
then they was doing more digging, and I've learned, 'cause I didn't know, that Wisconsin is a devil worshiping state. If you ask
Mm.
me, you know what I mean? Because I mean,
I
they're out in the woods practicing
Yo,
Yeah.
a lot of
satanic
those places out
cults.
in the woods, man, because like the band Slipknot,
You know what
they're
I'm
from
saying?
Iowa. They're from Des
Mhm.
Moines, Iowa, which is just, they said like it's out in the middle of the woods, weird shit happens, and people get into some fucking fucked
right.
up shit, you know?
Right. They're talking about like bestiality. That's where that shit
Yeah.
happens at, man.
But they were talking about in this too that it was way back. They were talking about with the gods and shit, talking about Zeus and Lycan, where
That was dope. I appreciated that
I
information
like
right
the
there
way
because I
they tied
I didn't know
in.
that kind of came from that werewolf and the lichens. I'm a big Underworld fan. If you know that one, and the
Mhm.
whole lichens and that and the actual
Excuse me.
history of the werewolf, I didn't really know. So
Yep.
I kind of appreciated that, Gem.
But yeah, they said that the dude Lycan apparently killed Zeus's son and boiled his son was named Nictamus, Niktamus,
Fucking
and
served him.
he killed his son, boiled him, and then tried to feed him to Zeus. But they said Zeus is all knowing, so he restored the child's life, brought him back. And all this is facts.
Right.
Restored the child's life,
Greek
brought him
mythology,
back,
man.
and then cursed Lycan down to the earth as half man, half beast type thing.
Right.
And that's what they,
That's
by
what
they I
called the
mean
lichen.
some people say,
Right.
all right, that's how that was made. So that was
Hollywood.
interesting.
Yeah, that's like that
And
whole
then
concept of
you
what a
got
werewolf is. It's a lichen.
then
It's
you
Greek
had another
mythology.
one.
Everything comes from Greek mythology. Excuse
Then you
me.
had the flip coin was through the satanic rituals where, you know what I mean, somebody opened up a portal where, you know what I mean, the demon came in, and now, because what they were saying, because of the characteristics of the werewolves of being greedy and savage and
Right.
violent,
Somebody put it there.
things
Why
like
wouldn't
that. So,
it wouldn't eat live things? It was eating leftover carcasses. Like
right, yeah.
it was so
So
much, but can I just say something?
Talk to him.
It was bullshit. Everything in this documentary was bullshit, man. I didn't mean to shoot the gun so quick. I couldn't help it. I couldn't help it. I got nothing out of it. We gave them enough premise of this shit. Now it's time to eat these niggas up.
yeah,
They gave us nothing. They gave us nothing. They
I
gave us a lot
think
of folk. This was some campfire shit.
basically, yeah, folklore
Yeah.
legends storytelling.
I'm
type
not
of
saying
thing
I
for
don't believe in
Halloween.
it because
Right.
once again, like I said, I would rather be in the fucking middle of the ghetto in Chicago versus out in the fucking woods of Wisconsin
Yes.
all day of my life.
I concur.
Because
I don't know
out
what's
in
out
those
there.
woods,
Put me
exactly,
in the
shit
middle.
gets weird.
Put me in the middle of O Block with 6ix9ine next to
For
me
real.
instead of fucking in the middle of nowhere
Right.
and fucking being worried
Right.
about
With
a
a
fucking man-eating creature.
with just me and a pocket knife. No, thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
with no flashlight.
No flashlight and a pocket knife. I'm all set, bro.
because I'm telling you, man, I grew up camping and out in the man. You hear and oof, who knows what? Yeah,
How big
Listen.
that was. It sounded
Listen.
big, but maybe he just stepped on something that sound.
Yep.
I don't give a fuck who you are. You could be the toughest motherfucker in the world. Be by yourself in the woods, nigga, and let's see how
bitch up
quickly-
real quick.
Listen,
Exactly.
strongest man in the world
Exactly.
still ain't taking down a bear. I don't care what
Nope.
you say.
Hell no.
It's not happening. Magnuson, all them fucking world's strongest man competition niggas. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, you could bench press a fucking 600 pounds, but can you bench press some 600 pounds with claws, nigga?
Nope.
The woods and all its creatures are undefeated for a reason.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You know what? To not to shit on everybody, but to kind of go into it a little bit. One of the first things that pricked my antennas was when Linda said, "Well, I thought I was going to write the Beast of Bray Road book to squash everything, so nobody would ask any more questions." And it only ended up having everybody ask questions. You're like,
you know what
the
doing.
fuck are you talking? Like, if you didn't want anyone to talk about it, then don't talk about it. You know,
It's
stay
like
shut.
Linda.
She thought she was gonna be like, I'm gonna be the final word on this, and everything will be done. No, you just
I'm
opened
the
up.
final sayer. Who makes you the final sayer, Linda? What the fuck? Right. Come on,
That's
Linda.
a great question. Who makes you the final sayer, Linda?
It's like, I don't know. She almost kind of reminded me of like the lady that was almost like the crazy cat lady who has a lot of conspiracy theories. She
You
kind of
guys
like
ever
that.
seen Bob's Burgers? She reminded me
Kind
of
of.
the wife on
The
Bob's.
wife. Yeah.
Yo, and I think her name is Linda. Hold up, I'm gonna look this up. I think her name is Linda.
Yo, Bob's wife did a documentary about werewolves. It's great. So we're gonna call her Bob's wife for the rest of the documentary. Is that okay with everybody?
Yeah.
Bro,
Bob's
I'm
wife
not
with
lying
the
to
Bob-
you guys. I am not
Bob's-
lying. Her
Come
fucking
on.
is Linda.
Come on.
Yo, tell me that wasn't her. Tell me she did not do this.
Looks like her too.
documentary.
A little
Come
bit.
on, man.
Linda Bob's Burger.
That shit was her, dog. That
Oh
was her.
God, Bob's wife. Oh, Bob's wife put a documentary together about werewolves.
Oh
I love
my
it.
god.
Yeah. Oh,
Unbelievable, huh?
Bob cut Bob's wife. She
Can't make this up, y'all.
Can't.
she wrote a book about this, and I feel like this is probably just all from her book. Because
Well, there are other books out there.
but what she showed us was nothing. She had so much evidence she talked about, yet we saw nothing.
I agree with you there because even like she was saying, she was talking to one of the girls and she said then she got out of her car, then got back in and drove away, and the beast scratched the entire back of her car. And I'm like,
where's
the pictures?
Tell me
Where's
about
the
that
pictures of
picture.
that?
Why didn't you take a picture of that, Miss Investigator?
Right? But yet she's like, yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, I know. Like, okay, thanks, Linda. You saw it. Cool.
I saw it. Believe me, Linda. The way you looked in that eye, I knew it was true.
El Bug, we're gonna need a little bit more evidence. But then
check this out, Linda. I got a bridge for sale in Brooklyn.
Right.
How about that? Very,
Give
very
me a
cheap.
deposit.
It's very cheap.
Down payment.
You pay me.
Very,
You
very
get to
cheap.
walk on it every day. You can look at it every
Very
day, and you can tell people it's now called the Linda Bridge. You tell
Yeah.
them.
Very cheap. Very cheap.
Very cheap. $3.99.
Right?
But she didn't give us nothing. I thought they were interesting stories, but they remind me of like the Sasquatch. This is in line with the Sasquatch one, where at least they gave us a half-assed video. You know what I'm saying? At least I got a video of a dude in the pacing in the woods with a costume.
The CGI of this wolf, whatever the fuck it was, or there.
No,
Oh, for the
and you know what?
reenactment.
You know what
Yeah, the
fucked me up on that
reenactments.
is some of the reenactments were good and other ones were complete garbage.
I
I was
know.
like, where's the quality control here? What the fuck is up with that?
How many different designers did you run with? Was
For
there a
real.
budget problem, Linda? Tell me, Linda. Listen, Linda.
But the thing was, they tried to make it like really like tainable with the guy that was the the guy with the file. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they try to make it really
So,
credible and something believing with him.
correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't she say in the documentary that supposedly the first time it was like really popped, the incident was 1991?
It was
Like,
in the 90s. Yes.
yeah, it was like
Where
91. That's
where it
like,
started getting tourism and the big attractions
right,
started coming in,
right. That's when it started, like, people started talking about it more.
like
But it's like, oh,
worldwide and shit.
the first incident, like that's what she called the intro to the beast at the beginning, and she talked about this 1991 incident or whatever with the guy who fucking. But it's like, where is the beef? You know what I mean? Since I want to talk about
Yeah.
the late 80s, early 90s, like, I need some potatoes and meat. I got nothing, lady. You're just giving me numbers. 1991, this happened. You told the story. You know, I don't even know if some of them paw prints are real.
Bro, even the farmer from Massachusetts, right?
With
And he's like,
with the
yeah,
liar's walk. With the liar's walk, that was him.
that he's like, yeah, I go out, I put the light on him, and then I walk away, he walks
Oh,
towards
that
me.
guy. Oh,
But
that's the
then
guy.
I put the light up more, I walk towards him, and he's walking away. Then all of a sudden, I keep walking, he keeps walking away. Then at the end, I get to this one point where I'm at him, I got the light on, and he just looks at me and he's just staring at me. So then I just turn around and go home.
Yeah.
That's the guy, the chubby guy with the glasses, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's the guy who gets killed at the beginning of every fucking
Every
scary movie.
fucking movie.
Like, that's the guy. So they picked him because he's that same guy that they portray in those movies to be kind of not all there, and he's a sacrificial lamb. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
like he's obsessed with it, but then he just goes and gets fucking killed, and he's not necessarily mad about it either. He's like, well, this is how I wanted to go. But also, then there was the other guy talking about the guy that set up the cameras, who then once
the
again
math teacher.
only showed us
Liar's Walk.
pictures.
That was the Liar's Walk, yeah.
But that wasn't Liar's Walk, because Liar's Walk was earlier. Liar's Walk was the dude with the folder. But I'm talking like near the. I'm fast forwarding to near the end of the movie. The guy that set up his cameras and got the fog.
Yeah,
right.
The ex-math teacher.
You know what's funny when you said that? I prayed for. I was like, finally.
Yes.
Something. it was nothing.
There was just pictures of fog. Because what messed with me when he was talking about I took the paw prints to different colleges and shit like that, and they're just telling me it doesn't exist.
It's an overgrown coyote.
Yeah. Because they were saying it was like 7 pads and like 5 nail prints and then they even told him, like, yeah, you could put on stilts and just walk around your property. He's like, nobody's on my property with stilts. Like, all right, but so we got to explain it somehow, dude. What the fuck's going on? And then say the same thing, like Pastry was saying, you take video and now you're showing us pictures. Show us some video of that fucking fog coming in and fog going out. You can put it on fast forward.
I think that wasn't like, I think that guy with the pictures, Mr. Pictures, was like fucking 2013 or some shit. Like, what are we talking about, bro? Mm-hmm. You're fucking, that's camera phone ready era. You know what I'm saying? Like, you couldn't set up a fucking blink camera, nigga?
Well, that's what I think he had. I think the cameras that he had set up were like hunting cameras where they turn on, but kind of like a blink camera. They turn on by motion, and then you get. I mean, he had pics,
Pics. Come on, bro. I couldn't even see in the pics. I was looking for the deer. I didn't see nothing.
Yeah.
I didn't even know what I was looking at.
All you see is the smoke. That's it.
Right.
Yeah. That's it. There was that one college student when he was the only person to show actual damage on his vehicle, but for some reason they superimposed the TV on the screen and made it 2 inches fucking big, and you couldn't see anything that he was pointing at. What the fuck was that?
Right.
The guy
if you're trying to prove something to somebody, you got to show me something, man.
Yeah, that was the guy who was talking about. I remember it every day, and I'm going to remember it every day for the rest of my life. And then he showed damage on his car, but they showed it on a small ass screen within a screen, and you couldn't see shit.
This just makes me think like there's just something that's really going on over there, or something's really happening, or people are just that fucked up, man. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like that is it that many people that have fucked up and just like make up things and want to say these stories to kind of be relevant?
Hey man,
You know
I
what I
think
mean?
just like we don't know the ocean, we don't know the woods. You know, like
We
I'm not
don't.
saying the shit isn't real,
No, I'm
but
saying it could be a creature of some sort that we're not
yeah,
familiar with. You know,
I just for the people that were trying to present evidence, I don't think they did a great job. And
no.
pastry to what you were saying, the gentleman with the liar's walk, John Fredrickson was his name.
The
He was the
Liar's Walk. What you guys talking about?
when you show
Like,
when we showed the
last week.
preview, when we showed the trailer last week, Raps called him out immediately. He was like, man, he's got a liar's walk. I don't like the way he's walking. That
Like the
was
way he's walking.
and that was John Fredrickson with the with the folder, the big ass folder.
Right.
And he was the one
Yeah, that
talking
guy.
about the
That guy.
books
That's the
flying
guy.
off his shelves. He was talking
Yeah,
about
that
the
guy.
yeah.
Straight
Yeah.
liar. Straight liar. No, I can't, man.
I figured
I
that book by the cover of just like when you get those, you know, your hair starts standing. I don't, you know, I got a
oh
spidey
no,
sense
man.
tingling.
The guy
I mean,
said books started flying off shelves and the conversation ended.
Yeah.
Just like that.
Yo, that's I promise you, man.
abrupt.
Like whenever I talk to my mom and she always tells me a story, she always gives me the highlight, and I'm like, and then what happened next? Like after grandma yelled "fuck you" and kicked a book down the stairs, then what happened? Did you go? Like she's like, well, I don't know. I don't know. I was like, all right, what the fuck? Because
Well, I
yeah,
want to
exactly,
meet.
P.
Yeah.
Like you're saying, then the books flew off the shelves, and then what? You picked them up, put them back, and everyone shook hands and went home. What the fuck happened?
That conversation
Right.
after I shit myself would have been a good explanation.
Right.
Then that's
Right.
understandable. Oh, the nigga shit himself. Okay, that's
Yeah,
probably
yeah,
I might have did that too if it was something
exactly.
that
Yeah, yeah. I feel you. I feel you. I could
I
have done that
can't
too.
see. I can't. Me personally, I can't see myself envisioning something like books flying off a shelf in a paranormal state and being okay about that in life after. You know what I
Right.
mean? I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't, you know, like I've never really experienced something on that level. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
Um,
to his credit, he did look kind of creepy.
Yes.
He did look he did look creeped out.
it
He
was,
did look like he was
yeah,
scared of
people can
something.
sell things. People can sell things. I know. But people can
Yeah.
see things too. I don't like to I don't like to make people liars, P. I know you guys say I do it a lot and I call niggas out with bullshit. I don't know, man.
Bro, ever since you watched Four Presidents, you done
I
changed. You don't
changed. I
believe
just
nothing.
like I don't believe none of them. I don't believe none of them, man.
Exactly.
Fuck the swamp. Fuck.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I put that
No,
conspiracy
no, that
theory
Oh,
in. My
bro,
bad.
that shit was
it's
eye
My
light.
bad.
opening.
It's
But
light bulbs, man.
you know, it was a different thing on this one too that kind of made me feel, I guess, a little bit better about it. Is that everyone was saying different heights. So maybe this is like a pack of something that lives in the woods. Because one lady was saying it stood 7-8 feet tall. Then someone else was like, yeah, it stood 5 feet tall.
5 feet, 6 feet,
Yeah, yeah.
fucking. It's
There's
five
families of
feet
them out there. I
on
mean,
on its four legs. It's 8 on
and
two.
then if somebody did have, there was
It's
somebody
three
that
and a
actually,
half when it's kneeling down.
Right.
right? He likes to sometimes eat with his elbows high. We noticed,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
the way he eats. Sometimes he just eats dead things and not live things. How the fuck do you know? You don't even know what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But you
Or
think you know it likes to eat live and dead things. And you're not,
the early age security guard who used to walk the grounds at night that went and saw him eating one time and went back and he was right there eating again.
The same day, and then turned around and said something to him about the Bible. Like I was like, what
Yeah,
the fuck? Or well,
oh, when he said something and they looked it up and shit. Then I looked that up and that was
yeah.
the demon from. So
Mm-hmm.
that now you're going into somebody saying it's a demon dog in the woods. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like
yeah.
it's a goddamn demigorgon. What are we talking about right now? You know what I'm saying? Like what are we doing right now? Like I'm not saying it's not real, but you just got to give me a little more to get me involved. You know what I mean? Like
Uh-huh.
I
I
mean,
need a little more.
Frankenstein had more proof, baby.
Yeah,
Right.
come on. You got some. You gotta give me some meat. You know what I mean? Some back to the meat and potatoes for the oculus. You know what I'm saying? I need to eat my eyes, man.
Yeah. That, like I said,
And
I'm not
and speaking
saying
about eyes, red glowing eyes, just
red
looking
glowing
at.
eyes.
They all said that. That's why they made that CGI that way with the red eyes. 'Cause that's what they all
Yeah,
saw.
because
Yep.
well, you know, the guy, the Spanish dude with the farm with the glasses, he's like, yeah, you know, then I told my neighbor, then when my neighbor was there, you know, there was a whole bunch of them looking at us. And then his neighbor's like, yeah, we should go inside.
How about what you saw was the retracting, reflecting in the light when you look at an animal and the retinas reflect back
Yeah.
at you, nigga. That's what you
Maybe,
saw.
maybe.
It was a
Well, how
glow.
about
No, it was the
how about
moonlight,
the
nigga.
fucking story how the shit was running beside the car at 55 miles an hour?
Yeah. But yo, the only reason I can say maybe is because
A
I've been I've been on a
cheetah.
I've been on a jet ski going 55 miles an hour and had a duck just straight up pass me. Where I'm like, I didn't know this shit could
Yeah,
happen,
but
B.
that's like knots right there, nigga.
Exactly.
You go Mach speed type fucking shit. You know what
You
I'm
know what I'm saying?
saying?
So that's why
We talking about
Yeah.
land animals. I don't know. Yeah.
I can't underestimate the fucking animals because man, because it is kind of that thing where we kind of have the always above then type of shit with being humans, but man, they're like we said, they're in the woods. Who knows what they're doing out there? And we can't pretend that they're dumb just because they live in the woods. They
Right.
might, you know,
They
they
know
might,
all. Look, we know when there's nobody around, nigga. How about
yeah,
that? You'll never catch us because we know when there's nobody around all the
yep.
time.
Well,
They
because
have
in
keen senses, you know.
a couple of the stories were weird. Like the one lady says she hit it with her car and then got out to check, and that just seemed like the start of every horror movie ever. You know, that seemed a little.
Very, yeah. She might have
But
been
also, I get if that's your story, that's your story. Like if you thump and then you get out and look, you're like, oh fuck this, and get back in. But
right.
I don't
Like
know.
that, like you said, is not to say there wasn't some kind of creature or some kind of animal that was
Yeah,
attacking. Just maybe you're not
their
familiar with
proof
how.
sucked. That was it. Just their proof
Right. It
sucked.
could be. It could
Right.
be a high. Like animals fucking mutilate. Mutate,
Yeah,
in in
And
time.
mutilate, that's why
Right.
they're
And
animals.
mutilate. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of times they change, man. You know what I mean? They morph into fucking
yep.
species used to look different. Crocodiles and shit used to be
Yeah.
dinosaurs, and they
Tadpoles to frogs,
Mhm.
worms to butterflies.
And
right. But
like
I'm just talking
every
about in
rapper in
time.
the '80s said, a lime to a lemon. Come on, guys. You know.
Right.
Yeah, yeah,
Listen.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Listen, we no longer walk around with our, with our nuts hanging out. We put clothes on now. You know
We
what
don't
I'm
have a
saying?
tail anymore. We
You
don't
know
have a
what
tail
I'm
anymore. You know what I'm saying?
saying? My third eye has been removed. It's
But
over.
you know what also popped into my head real heavy when I was watching this was Chupacabra. Because everybody remembers hearing about the
Yes.
Chupacabra.
Hmm.
And
Yes.
that shit
Very
reminded
similar.
me, yeah.
Very,
Right
very
now,
similar.
P, maybe you could help
Oh
elaborate to
shit.
me from hearing from having Puerto Rican family members and all. Now, do you have
Yeah.
any personal family members that ever said anything about personal encounter or anything they know personally about like a chupacabra story at all?
Well, nothing like nothing personally with my personal family, but it
Okay.
was like a folklore story. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? That was and consistent with everything else. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Now,
Go.
I guess the better
It
question is,
was
have you ever ran into anybody personally that talked to you about something they might have encountered? You know what I mean? That you could think of now?
nah,
No.
just all
All right.
hearsay.
Yeah.
All
Just all
hearsay.
hearsay.
Another
That's what I
form
said. Like,
for
it kind of reminded me
Pegasus.
of that same
Pegasus shit.
vein, especially when they were talking about the livestock being fucked up. But that was
Right.
also a weird one of, and it kind of did remind me of, say, a Stranger Things type thing where they're saying, we got a field over here with bones of fucking dead animals and shit like that. And then they're like, yeah, and then the police came and bulldozed it. I'm like, wait, what? Why? You know,
Right.
why are we
Right.
Exactly.
investigating this stuff? Why aren't we looking into this stuff? But instead, never mind that shit. Brr, we just bulldoze the shit.
Right.
Well, I think the reason they try to play it because they had introduced it as that site. Those sites they were sites with
Satanic.
demonic, right, satanic cults and shit like that. So
Yeah.
they're like, well, you know what? We don't even want to, and boom.
Yep.
So I guess you know what I mean. A lot was the way they presented it, their information.
Hmm.
It was well. I could say it was well choreographed because it always came about leading into something different. You know what I mean? Well, yeah. Then this person was saying this, that, and the third. All right, what? Show me.
Yep.
But then right to the point where you think they're going to show you, there's where they turn it around and go to somewhere else. Then they
Yes.
spin it and point somewhere else. And then when they get to that particular meet, and then we're going to spin it back to this guy.
Yep.
You know what I
Bounced
mean?
around a lot. It's the magician
Yeah,
shit, trickery of
yeah,
the eye.
yeah.
Well,
Try to
and,
fuck
and
with
you know
try to
what
fuck with me.
I wish they went into more because not every I don't think enough people know about Native Americans, and they talked real quick about like the Native Americans shape shifting into wolves and stuff like that. I wish that
Mhm.
they dove into that a
The
little bit more.
Navajo, yo, the Navajo, yo.
And
Exactly.
that's true because when you say that and you think about the creatures that people are explaining, and you go back into like the ancient Egyptian and they really believed in that visual. You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
where did that come from? Them that to see half like animal man, half wolf. Is that just like a very vivid imagination, or were there some shit really around
Yeah,
back then that
he
looked
was.
like that?
Yeah,
You
he
know
was.
what I mean?
But basically, it was they. The Egyptians were like somewhat like the Greeks in
Yep.
Right. Niggas
in
had great
some sense, and
imaginations and shit.
you know what I mean, with their figures and their folklore and their
Flying horses.
storylines
Right.
and things like that. So that was just a god in their imagination, I guess. You know what I mean? That was a death god.
Mm.
Just like how in modern American times we have the Grim Reaper.
Yep.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yo, the
So back in them
banshee.
days,
The
right? Or
banshee screaming like a
the band.
banshee.
There you go. So I guess different civilizations and different in different time frames of life. I guess it's different things. You know what I mean?
Right. And it's crazy because you have people that like you can't tell them they don't believe. You can't tell them it's not real. So people that no, we believe in this shit.
Yeah.
It's real. Like
Yeah.
who am I to tell that nigga it's not a half man, half bird that comes from the sky and one day is
Well,
gonna
it,
save
it
them.
goes back to the
You know what I
episode
mean?
of last week's episode. You know what I'm saying? When we had Nanas on here. You know what I mean? Like, if you believe in that kind of stuff and if you believe in all of that, well then it's gonna take a grasp to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
It's just about it. If you believe into it or not. You know what I'm saying? Not to
Yeah.
say even if you don't believe into it that it is not there still,
Right.
but it's just more, I guess, tangible or more,
Feels
effective
real.
if
Right.
if you have belief in it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
And I think if you think while driving down Bray Road that you might see this fucking beast, I think that anything that looks suspicious to you,
Right.
you
Right.
do that in your head where you just
Quick.
go, oh, dude, was that it? Was
Right,
that it?
right. Or you heard something riding slow with the windows down, you know what I'm saying? Turn the music
Yeah.
off.
Like a
Shut the
fart,
fuck up, shut the fuck up.
you know what I mean? Fart in the back seat. Yo, what was that?
What's that?
Exactly.
Yo, you smell that? Yo, smell like wolf dick, nigga. You smell that? What are we talking about here? You smell that shit? They say it be smelling like that when they close by. Who are
How do
they?
you know what wolf dick smells like?
Right?
It's still in Amazon in the jar. Pheromones.
Yo, that's crazy you say that because they did that. You know what I'm saying? How it was a skunky like smell,
Yeah,
a
yeah.
foul odor, and this and that. And all of a sudden, then they look. All of a sudden, you hear a growl.
Yep.
Then you see the eyes. I'm like, yeah.
I love how they just knew nothing about it, but they knew how to attract it. You know?
Yeah.
Just gonna lay out some dead carcasses. It's gonna come tonight.
Well, in that one dude who was
Set
like,
up a trap if it's that easy.
I put right, set up the trap because that guy was talking about, and a lot of people had that. They had that shit where they would say it and then just nobody was there to tell them, yo, no. Because remember with the one guy, he's like, and I put the beaver in the hole, and then I came back and the beaver was outside the hole. And like a bird can't pick up a beaver, nothing else could pick up a beaver, so it had to be that thing that picked up. Like, whoa,
on,
you're
man.
connecting.
I fucking watched an eagle pick a goat off the side of a mountain.
I was gonna say I watched an eagle try to pick up a child before. What are you talking about?
Right. Like, what do you mean, bro?
Fucking
They can
owl.
definitely.
I fucking seen owls pick up fucking mongooses in Florida.
Right, come on, man. They could get them shit.
I didn't. I
There's
just
big
made
birds
that up,
out
but
there,
I'm
bro.
just saying.
It sounded good. It sounded good.
Yeah.
It
Felt
sounded
good to my soul, nigga. I lit up on the inside. But yeah, they could do that shit, man.
Of course. Come on.
I just the footprints, like you said, they could have been stilts, and you can put those there. The guy with the only real picture, the only real picture I felt like they put up through the whole fucking documentary was a guy with his hand next to a fucking print. If that was real,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that was only one of the only footage in the smoke
snow.
pictures.
Yeah, that was in the snow.
I
right?
think he
In the
kind
snow,
of, and I
yeah.
think he kind of fucked up when he did that too, because as soon as he said that, he immediately was like defensive and fucking. Oh no, but yeah, you fucked up. You shouldn't have said that.
Yep. Should have just left
Yeah,
it
you
out
fucked
there
up.
and let
You
it
should've
be.
left-
Let
yeah,
it be. Let
exactly.
that shit simmer in the sand, nigga.
You know what I mean? You know how a motherfucker tries to make a point and he over exaggerates the point, and then you're like, you know what? Nah, you shouldn't have said
Now
that.
you're doing
Fucked
too
it
much.
up.
You're doing too much. Now
Right,
it's not believable.
right,
It's no longer
right,
believable. You're doing too much.
Right.
Because I do believe, obviously, like you were saying, through evolution, things can get bigger. And who knows if a wolf has sex with a dog, it's bigger than that. Like, I don't know who can get what pregnant. You know what I mean?
Hey,
So
who knows, right? Billy Bob out there slamming a wolf one day, thinking that his human
Exactly.
sperm can't do something. Maybe it did something, nigga. Maybe you
Yeah.
left that wolf knocked up in the woods.
how you know that
It's a
wolf
stretch,
dick.
but I don't know. I don't do that wolf dick. Come home
That's
smell
that
like
wolf
wolf
pussy, huh?
Oh, speaking of wolf pussy, brought to you by Wolf Pussy. This is probably the worst alcohol, and this has been on top of my refrigerator for 3 years. This is for guests that dare to try. It's called the Wolfberry, but it's so bad and horrible.
AKA.
Wolf, the wolf pussy. This is why we call it the wolf pussy. And
There it is.
this is what this documentary chose me to do was get the fucking wolf pussy. And maybe I'm sipping it,
And
maybe I'm not.
who
It
knows?
sounds horrible. Like
Oh, it's
just the
terrible.
and not Wolfberry, or excuse me, not wolf pussy, Wolfberry. Because
Wolfberry.
what is that supposed to taste like? You know what I mean? Like usually when somebody tells you a flavor, you're like, oh well, I could, but Wolfberry?
Oh, there's some particular berries that
Sounds like wolf
nigga,
nuts.
they eat meat.
Who
They don't eat
connected them
berries.
dots?
Right.
Yeah.
I've never seen a wolf eat a berry. I think they're carnivores, nigga. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Pretty sure they're not omnivores or herbivores, nigga. They eat all meat.
Right.
Protein to go. Yeah, wolf pussy is what this is called. And if I get a whiff, I'm pretty sure a wolf's pussy smells like this.
Smell of vision.
You niggas
Smell the vision. I like that.
Mhm.
Oof, nigga. So one day I'll bring some wolf pussy for the world to try.
Shit, bring that to Bray Street. See what happens.
Right? Yo, I'll be bringing the bitches out. The wolves coming down the hills in flocks, like, it's like, yo, I didn't know Loretta was back in town. For some reason, I named my wolf Loretta. I don't know. Seems like a good wolf name.
Loretta with the Beretta.
You know what I mean? No better with the wolf sweater. You know what I'm saying? We out here.
Yeah, I wanted to know more about the devil worship shit too, because they I felt like they only touched on that of like, and yeah, man, around that time there were a lot of cults and devil worshipers. And what'd you see? Would you a cartoon in a newspaper, and then a lot of people looked at it? I'm like, whoa, what about the fucking devil worshipers that they're just saying we had a bunch at the time?
Bunch of exactly.
Like exactly a whole lot. Well, what are they up to? Can we talk to them?
Right. Can we talk to them? Did they really conjure up some shit?
Right?
Like, oh,
did you investigate those guys?
We brought that nigga here. That wolf is our idea.
Right?
We summoned that nigga.
There we go. then we have substance. Now we have some meat. Now we can be
I need something. I need a fucking picture, man.
That's why this motherfucker's here.
Like I said, the Loch Ness Monster gave us a fucking picture in 18, whatever the fuck that was. Right. It was horrible, but still, Jesus, I had a decent picture.
It looked like a brontosaurus.
Right? It was like it was a decent picture to look at, for crying out loud. Good God.
Because especially with when they were talking about the devil worshiper type stuff, and they were saying a lot of the dead animals had organs missing. To me, that connects, because they do all that shit where we eat a deer liver on a, or we sacrifice a deer heart on a whatever the fuck. I thought those things kind of made sense and connected together, but it seems like
that's so funny you said that, because what if it's just like a bunch of young devil worshiping kids out there that are just like they're just up to no good fucking with people. You know what I'm saying?
Man, out in the woods, shit can get weird. Like I said, to us, killing a deer would be weird. To them, it's probably, yo, man, they just have that type of lifestyle out in the middle of the woods, so where if they find a fucking deer on the side of the road that's dead, they might cut the shit open and look at it. They got nothing to do. They're in the middle of the fucking woods.
Right.
Like it's a different life.
There's no Wi-Fi.
Like us.
Exactly.
Like us.
There's no Wi-Fi.
We're more city folk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Us here. We're more city folk, right? So when I came to Connecticut, right, I've learned a lot of new terms. And one of them was cow tipping.
Yes.
And when I got the notion, when somebody was like, yeah, man, cow tipping it, I was, what? Cow tipping. What the fuck is cow tipping?
Like when you order a bear with cow, you tip them.
And I still don't have the fucking full grasp of cow tipping, but what I was told and what I'm thinking is when the cows are sleeping, I guess you scare them and they just tip over or some shit like that. Or you knock them over or something.
You knock them. It's supposed. I guess I never done it. It's just a little bit of information for people.
What's cow tipping again? Because she's done it supposedly with her friend.
Oh my God! Yeah, you go up to the. I guess when they're sleeping, you knock them over. I seen it on fucking. What was that movie with This guy,
A jackass.
Chris Farley.
Oh, okay.
You know that
Oh.
shit? They
Tommy
went
Boy, something like that.
Tommy Boy,
Boy?
one of those. Yeah. They went cow. Him and fucking the David Spade went cow tipping. That
Oh
night.
yeah, and they found because well, I can tell you like this from personal experience. I
Okay.
was I was a white man in high school on a football team, so I went on the trip once to do it because where I grew up, the town of Oxford is next to me, and Oxford's a lot of farmland and shit like that.
Yep.
So
Yes,
some of the cats
yes.
over there
Yes.
played on a football team, and I
And a lot of
tagged along to
boutiques.
go on that journey once. And from what I was explained to is that cows sleep standing up, and you can knock them over while they're sleeping, and they'll fall over and wake up. To me, I love animals. To me, I was like, I'll go along, but I'm not going to do it. Like, I don't, to me, that does not equal joy in any way to me.
Right.
Of like,
you see them fucking
you're
fall,
sleeping,
dude,
but-
while
yeah.
he was sleeping? It's like, it's kind of fucked
Yeah.
up.
But
but I think what it is, how kind of P was explaining, where it's bored people that have nothing to do. And like Pacer, you said, these motherfuckers don't have Wi-Fi. They're just,
Right.
you got to make your own fun. That's why people are flipping over to cow patties to look for mushrooms it's
Right.
just,
Chasing the chicken around the yard was enjoyment. You know?
Exactly.
At some point, to somebody's like, "Oh, I gotta get my exercise today. Come on, get him, Billy, get him, Billy." You know, fucking chasing
Yeah.
the damn
I guess
chicken around
those,
the yard.
if you're on farmland, those are the things that you do
What do
growing
you
up
do?
on a farm like this.
Yep.
You know what I
You're
mean?
fucking, you're skipping
You
rocks,
run through
across
cornfields
waters
and fucking
yeah, backwards.
tip
Right.
cows and shit.
Yep.
make baskets out of fucking woven shit. I don't know.
For real.
Whatever you do out in the woods, nigga, it's a different lifestyle.
Yeah, because that's why I said,
Yeah.
like, to us, it would be weird to, dissect an animal. But I bet out there, man, they deal with death so much more than we do, and especially dead
constant
animals and
level.
stuff
Yeah,
like
they're
that.
not going to the
So,
grocery store. They're gutting it themselves, man.
yeah.
They're like, oh, that's a good lamb chop, good pork chop, right? Yeah. I killed that pig myself, and
Right.
I picked the best cut just for you. Oh, you went
That's
in
what
and
I'm
cut
saying.
the shit out for like what part is this again?
Right.
I don't even know where the chop is. I think it's in the fucking loins or the ribs. I don't even know the butt, nigga.
Mm.
Sometimes I just don't even think about it. Just put it on the plate.
That's why I could definitely
it's a
see a
different
lot of
lie.
it being the satanic cats out in the middle of the woods. But then
Fucking
also
with people.
when Homeboy at the end that had the cameras that only got the
The
fog,
cloud.
he
Yeah.
was talking, he tried to steer it towards some alien shit. Because remember, he was
Mm.
saying, and there's a bunch of lights in the sky
Yeah.
and all this other stuff. So that
He said he had
was,
pictures of that shit too. I think there's just some weird shit going on in Wisconsin. Hence
I
the
can see
election.
that. Hello.
I think the Bray Road Beast had taken over the Wisconsin voting process.
Well.
Political
You heard
joke.
about the guy also too,
Mm.
with the murder guy, the guy that murdered the Avery guy. Remember the Avery guy?
Oh yeah.
On the That was in
Making a
Wisconsin.
murderer? Making a murderer?
Making a
was it?
murderer. Yeah. That was in Wisconsin.
Wow.
Wisconsin. There's weird shit in
Something up in that
Wisconsin.
water.
You
Something
fucking
up
either
in that
kill
water.
people, or you eat cheese, nigga. That's it.
Yeah. I like the way they said that too. How the lady was like, "Yeah, everybody thinks of Wisconsin as guys, people just walking around eating cheese."
I know, but even she was like, even she quantified, she was like, yeah, I mean, there probably is someone, but we're also doing other stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
That's not a false statement, but that's not all we do.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, I like cheese, so I'm good with y'all.
Yo,
Yeah.
but this thing too, to go back to the Native American thing, because like I said, man, I play the documentary in the background while we do this, so it can pop up some thoughts. But they were saying the Native American, the son and the father would don the wolf pelt and become a wolf for 10 days. That shit was weird to me. That was like,
And the
what the
natives were
fuck
deep
are you
about the
talking
wolves, man. They probably were deep about the werewolves. But maybe, and remember, they lived in these woods heavy.
Among-
Before we
Well,
came
they
to-
were the
right,
Indians.
you know what I
the
mean?
Indians
So
and things like that. They're big on nature.
they're big on the
nature.
spirit
They're big
animals,
on
spirit
nature,
animals,
you know what I'm
spirit
saying?
animals. We all share
And
animals with spirits with animals. They kind of run with,
and it's what I mean, it's all nature and spirits and all of that. So they're real big with stuff like that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
that
You
and
know,
basically how you were saying too, the Egyptians, because they said the god of death was a man with a jackal head, which you
Right.
can,
I've seen that image
it's,
100 times.
that's similar to what they're saying there.
Mhm.
So is this, and Pete, like you were saying, is this somebody opened the wrong portal and homeboys coming through to like Grim Reaper style? Hey,
Right.
come on home,
You
Yeah.
niggas hiring? You know what I'm saying? You're hiring for the
You
you're
guys
hiring
called
for the
for you
kills?
guys called up. You guys called for a cleanup.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, somebody need a butcher.
You know what I'm
I need
saying?
to take you
Yeah,
back.
no,
But that's crazy. You know what I
yeah.
mean? That I mean, is it a form to like keep people in check? I mean, I don't know.
And if you live in Wisconsin, you probably got to go to those kind of drastic measures to do so. Like,
Yeah.
do we have to like
But it's
make these
crazy,
people believe in a werewolf to get them to vote? Is that what we're doing?
right? Like is this a
I
tactic?
don't
You know
know.
what I
I don't
mean?
know what it is,
To
but
bring money into the town. You know what I'm saying? Let's make up this thing to bring some money into town because we're kind
yeah,
of
It did.
broke
It
over
brought in,
here.
and even like they were saying, they still
right.
got the drink on the
Tourism,
menu at the bar, right? They said they got
right.
a
Yeah.
silver bullet, whatever
Silver
drink.
bullet
So
drink.
yeah.
So I
They're
could see
flourished.
that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's like, hey, can we bring some attention to the town real quick? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then this guy's like, I'm gonna get a book deal when I make up what I make up.
Yeah,
Like,
you know somebody's selling t-shirts, you know what I mean, to make some dough. So
right.
they
I'm
Right.
could.
from that
Just
place.
like that.
You've heard about the werewolf of
Yeah.
Wisconsin? Well, that's where I live. Like, all right, pal.
Yeah. Good for you.
Right.
All right.
Right.
Well,
I know,
take your-
just that like identity, right? Just that,
Yeah.
yeah, man, I'm from there. You guys heard about, and
notoriety.
they love telling the story and all that.
Right.
And
Notoriety,
then
man.
the
People buy
perfect the
for it.
perfect response to that would be like, nah, the only thing I know about you guys is the Packers.
Right.
Packers,
The
right.
cheeseheads.
Yeah, and they
That's
own
it.
the team out there, so that's what. Yeah, you niggas own that shit. So it's another weird setup. There's the only fucking NFL team in the
The
fucking
only
country is in
NFL team.
Wisconsin is where they get to
Yeah.
own the team. So what's going on in Wisconsin? Owners don't
Yeah,
even want to come there and throw money around. You know what I mean? It's like, it's like, oh, yo, you niggas just go ahead, man. We don't even want to be here. Y'all
yeah,
niggas own that shit
yeah.
yourselves.
You guys own the team. The people own the
This is
team.
for
That's
the
the
people.
first.
We're all
Yeah.
set with that. It's just like, damn, what is
Like,
going on,
what the fuck's
Wisconsin?
going on over there, man?
Well,
Like, really, what's going on?
Braywood Beast, they got the fucking werewolves. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I wonder if it's just big ass wolves. Like, what are the biggest wolves?
Right.
This, like, what is the
Right. We got so many different breeds of fucking squirrels even. Like, what if there's a fucking wolf that's like one you never seen before? Like, whoa, what kind of wolf? And n- maybe it like evolved, like I said, evolved to fucking on its hind back because there was one that was like fucking,
bro? There are new fishes being discovered all the time.
all the
This
time.
could be
It's too
this
deep.
can
We
be
can't
one
go
of
down
those
that deep.
things on the land. You know what I mean?
It's the certain
Maybe it's one
depths
of
of the
those
ocean we can never get to, man. But there's something that
Right.
can.
Right.
Something can go
Right.
that deep. If we can't go too deep, how the fuck we gonna know what it is?
talk to
We
them?
can, we
Exactly.
can only go so far in space. So how the fuck you know what's beyond that, man? How far you been?
Mhm.
You don't know.
Exactly.
So these niggas just be trying to say anything, blood.
Dire wolf. Here it is.
Talk about the dire wolf here because I just googled what is the biggest wolf and then it said the dire wolf, and on average they weigh 132 pounds.
Okay.
That's a
Human
big
size.
motherfucker.
That's a human size. That's a small man. Go ahead.
Mhm.
About how tall? How tall? Does it say
Yeah.
give it height? Does it give it height?
I'm trying to see here what they got for the description. Man, they're doing too much here with the.
Oh, with the
200
front humerus and the radius. What the fuck
Yeah.
is that?
Come
Metacarpal.
on.
You know about your metacarpal. You know.
Cut it out. Just give me a fucking height.
Right.
Your upper back
Just
legs
keep it
about
simple.
22 millimeters. You know what the fuck are we
Get the
talking
fuck
about,
out of
bro?
here.
Tell me if this is the wolf that I'm looking for. That's all I want to know.
Right.
You know?
There he is. There he is. There he
Give
is.
me
And
my-
that's the
give me
same
my-
fucking picture they had in the documentary, but without the lettering. They just had the picture.
Right.
Mhm.
Just like the saber-tooth's little brother.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you think about it, a fucking saber-tooth, according to science and
Was
discovery,
huge back in the day. They were
saber-tooth
huge.
tigers existed, man. You know what
Yeah, it
the
was
fuck happened
huge.
to them? So why
They-
can't there be a species that we don't know about? If we had species that just all died off, and
It's probably
You know what
an
I mean?
ancient species that hasn't
right?
gone
If they
extinct.
existed
Yep.
at some point, maybe a fucking werewolf does, and people are trying to make it supernatural, but it's really just a fucking natural fucking
It's unnatural
animal
because we're not
that
used to it. You know what I'm saying?
right. So we made it into a beast. I'm
And
telling
the
you,
thing too, like it doesn't mean that they're not
See,
they're
look,
not
look
dumb.
at this
You know what I
fucking
mean?
thing. Look at the
They-
first. Look at the first picture.
Look at
of
this
guy. Look how
fucking
big that-
picture.
Look at that fucking thing.
You see
Well,
this
is
guy
that
holding
a
up this
wolf?
fucking thing?
is that
Yeah.
that's a real wolf? Yeah, come
That's
on.
Yeah.
You get
You
one
mean
of
tell
those
me
to
these-
start fucking all of a sudden trying to stand up on their back legs. Yeah, it's gonna look about
Look
fucking
at this guy
6 feet.
here. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
If that thing was up and about and it fucking stood up on its 2 back feet, holy
Yeah.
shit, man! I never knew wolves really got that big, bro.
If this thing was mad at
Look
him,
at the
it's
fucking
over.
picture, bro. Look at the picture of the guy with the hood. Look at the fucking picture with the guy in the hood. Right there. Yeah. Look at that.
I
Look at
think
that.
it's camera work. That's camera work.
That might be some
He's,
camera work.
yeah, he's behind. He's behind a little bit. I need to see him next to that shit.
Look at that. You fucking
Wolf-
kidding me, man?
Wolves are big, man.
Bro. So those wolves on the
Shit, look
A
at
wolf
that.
doing
Twilight
something like
sagas
that. Look
were
at
big,
doing
bro.
that. That's 6 feet right there.
This wolf is taller than her, jumping up like that. So maybe these damn wolves live in those woods, you know?
Get the
Yeah.
refraction of the light coming off the eye. They might have popped. Maybe
Of
they do
course.
something where they get scared at night and we don't know about it. We haven't watched them enough, and the niggas get up on their hind legs to hunt.
Mhm.
You know, shit.
There
Canadian
goes
wolf.
there's the whole family of Bray Street right there, baby.
Damn, look at this right here. This
That's
thing
a
is
real werewolf right there. That's
beast.
what the fuck they saw.
The
That's
biggest,
the beast of
baddest
Braywood
wolf.
right there.
For real.
Braywood. What the fuck I'm talking about?
There he is. They're black wolves, bro.
And then look, so now if you saw that thing running in the woods, yeah, you're like, yo, there's a big fucking wolf out there. Yeah,
werewolf, man.
there
That thing
is.
kind of standing up on his feet, but
Because it's
maybe
the biggest thing you ever seen. Damn, yeah, this thing jumping up is taller than her.
Yeah.
That's got to be a, probably 6 foot dude. And there's the fucking, yeah, man, come on. We out here. There's big ass wolves out here. We're just
Bro,
dumb.
we uncovered the conspiracies, bro. We uncovered their shit.
With 2 Google searches. I said the first one was direwolf, and then I went to
like
pictures and we
how
got
big can a wolf really get? Oh, okay, look at that fucking thing, bro.
Yeah,
That's like Great Dane status, man.
Yo,
you guys seen the Twilight Saga, right?
Even bigger. That's not a wolf.
You saw Twilight Sagas, right?
I saw most of. I didn't see all of them. I
not
saw
really.
most of them.
I saw one or
What,
two,
but
maybe.
when the fight is about to come, when Jacob brings all his family and they all wolves and they all all these big ass wolves, those are actual size real wolves, bro. I thought they were CGI.
CGI,
but they weren't.
But they CGI'd real wolves, or they used real wolves. I didn't.
No, they used real wolves. I thought they used CGI wolves, but not
because they were that big. Yeah,
because they were that big. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I mean, they got
get
smaller
to be
ones,
big,
but
bro.
well, so it depends on your gray wolf is not going to get that big. You know what I'm saying? But some of those wolves like that, man, they're fucking
huge, man. Huge.
Yeah, and they're probably eating well out there in Wisconsin.
Absolutely, they eat anything that fucking moves.
You know what I'm saying? Because they got a lot of dairy out there. They probably knocking off cows left and right. Cow tipping them niggas.
Yes. Yes.
Cow tipping and ripping, chipping.
Yo, this is, I mean, of course, generally women are smaller than men, but that's a big fucking wolf right there.
Mm-hmm. And he's probably the runt.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not even the alpha. I bet you the alpha's like, fucking, nigga, I'm here.
Oh, that's probably a female.
This is the nice one. Exactly. Like, yo, its head is fucking, oh my God. Its head's like a milk jug. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Look at that thing. Look at that thing.
Yeah, so now that thing's angry at you at night. Come on.
But it didn't look like a dog. Like, yeah, well, that would look like a big crazy ass animal at night too.
If that shit was standing up,
that's the constant.
Like
canine face, wolf-like face.
Now listen, if there's excuse my language, but if this thing has a retarded cousin, that's what we're seeing in the woods. This thing has something that's a little bit off.
Right. He's got a cousin that's had some deformity problems.
Yeah.
And maybe he was born differently, so he was forced to fucking walk on his hind legs.
What about it? Are we ruling out an autistic wolf? You know what I'm saying? Like there's a different like
I'll put it, nigga.
I'm saying there's a little
we're not laughing at autism at all. This is not a jab at that. But it's like
at this point, hey man, it's in there. It's in the fold. It's in the fold.
It's a physically handicapped.
It can't be only humans that have the anomalies.
The deformalities.
I'm gonna say word like fact and really use it to its truest potential right now.
Word bond.
I feed squirrels at my house. Fact.
Yep.
There is a squirrel. There is a squirrel that comes here. I call him Quasi. Why do I call him Quasi? Because they call him Quasi short for Quasimodo. Why do I call him?
Got a hunchback.
He's got a hunchback, and the way that nigga walks, he either got attacked or he was born with it. But he don't move like the other squirrels. Yep. You know what I mean? If I were to see him at night, which you wouldn't see a squirrel at night, more than likely. But
if you would,
if I were to see him in the shadows and he's running like that, you know what? Nigga, I just saw a mongoose.
right? You be
You know
some
what I'm
weird
saying?
shit over there.
I just saw a big ass ferret, nigga. I just saw a mongoose running over there with a great furry tail, nigga. I never seen nothing like that in my life.
Yep.
The mongooses with furry tails like that. It was great. A gray mongoose. You ever see that shit? Because he got
Oh,
a
it
fucked
might
up
you,
back.
you even might be like it's a prairie dog.
You know what I'm saying? Right. It's their prairie dog running out here in the streets.
In the
You tell
streets of
me.
CT, nigga.
You get a deformed animal out there, he gonna change into something else, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's a fact.
That's a fact.
I got a squirrel with a hunchback, nigga. True story.
And
Story.
one with a hole in the ear. You know what I'm saying?
That's my bitch Carol.
Hello.
Come on now.
G in the street. She
Gotta give her a shout out. Come on, gotta give her a shout out.
Man, you got to start getting some good footage of that shit too, because I know you got to have them good and trained by now.
Five. You don't understand, bro. It got to the point where we was in the back, right, of his in the gazebo. He got in his pavilion in the back. We was in the back. It was me, him, and Shice just chilling. We have it closed because at the time it was a little chilly and it was a little cool. We had it closed, right, bro. All you see is the fucking squirrel coming underneath the tarp, inside the fucking thing, and just looking at us.
So what up, guys?
Just sitting at the door. But
she does it all the time. And she does it because like all the other squirrels I feed, they kind of like, they look, they kind of cower. Her, she comes in, nigga. She gets up on her two. She gets up on her two back, and she gets up and looks at me and does this whole like, yo, what up?
Yo, what's up? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what's going on, y'all? Y'all chilling? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Word.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me sniff your foot real quick.
I need my shit real quick. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So you know what? I think unconsciously you just connected the two, because what happens? That squirrel's comfortable, hops up on the back legs. Maybe the beast of Bray Road knows its dick is swinging out there, and it's so comfortable that it's like, you know what? I'm on two right now. Right. I know y'all can't fuck with me. I'm on two.
Right. Check it out. What if that's, like you said, that's his defense mechanism? You know, when a fucking cat's ready to go, what does he do? Back up, nigga.
Hops on two.
The back's up, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's a certain kind of wolf. That breed of wolf, he gets on the fence, then he gets up behind, like, hold on. Make myself look bigger. Because a lot of animals, their defense mechanism is swell up, make myself look bigger. I can intimidate these niggas. You know what I'm saying? So
intimidation.
We have a deformed wolf we don't know about, or we have a certain species of wolf we don't know about. That's defense is getting up on your hind leg. Wisconsin, lay off the cheese, nigga. Y'all don't know what's going on. Y'all know what's going on. We just figured this shit out for you, motherfuckers.
Quick 1, 2, 3, yeah.
It could be. Well, I'm just saying. As easy as we put that out there, Linda, Bob's wife, just you know what I mean? Make it right. And show me something if you're gonna try to give me a damn book. Give me some proof to this shit. I don't need no damn stale ass dry pictures of smoke. You know what I'm saying?
Like, dry pictures of smoke.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what is that? He trying to point out a deer I can't even see in the smoke. It was there and then it wasn't. It was there and then it wasn't.
And you know what?
I had it there for 3 years.
I know, right? And that's what I didn't understand too. Was he talking about there was one deer out there for 3 years that just
he had that
somebody just kept picking? Yeah, I was like, no.
Yeah, for 3 years, and then once the meat and all of the meat was off the carcass,
it
then
takes 3 years for that.
Yeah.
Wait, it takes 3 years. Like you're like, oh, it takes 3 years.
Yeah,
for
it took 3 years for all the fucking field mice, squirrels, skunks. Mongooses.
You're in a hot zone. You're in a hot zone. That's like 3 weeks, nigga.
For real.
You know what I mean? Maybe 3 days.
The bugs alone would have been all on it. The flies, shit like that. Ain't no dead deer lasting 3 years. Come on.
That's ridiculous, man. I saw a dead skunk on the side of the road. I'll make it 3 days.
Right. And then they take pictures and like no flies are coming out around it or nothing. Like if it really was.
I was so excited when my homeboy said I've been taking video. I thought I was finally gonna get a gem.
Yeah, I thought it was coming.
And they left nothing. I thought like, oh, okay, that was kind of smart. You guys waited towards the end to show some real footage. No. Nothing.
To be honest, here's why I turned it off.
with 91, but my man said he had footage with the smoke.
And it was smoke. I said, okay, that's enough. Click.
Oh, you know what fucked with me though, because and maybe it's just my high anxiety, neurotic person, but when homeboy's in the back with his father and they got a fire going, and he's like, yeah, and then we saw him out there, so we just we put the fire out and went inside. I'm like, what? What the fuck do you mean that we just casually?
You're looking at something you never saw before. You're looking at something, and where are these guys with the gun toting shit? Why don't you get out there and pop that thing? You would have been having that shit hanging on the wall, like, got him.
Yeah.
Dr. Bray Road Beast. You know what I'm saying? Like,
But dude's just like,
doesn't.
yeah, no, we saw him on the tree line. So yeah, we put the fire out and we just went inside. I'm like,
Right?
huh?
What happened to them gun-toting Trump lovers out there? They couldn't
Right?
put that. They couldn't put a couple shots in that thing.
Yeah, at least take a shot in the bush. Why not?
Man, Karl
You know what I'm
Malone would have
saying?
took it down. Karl Malone would have definitely shit that nigga.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
he's a hunter. He's a hunter.
Oh
He's a cool. He's a hunter. You ever see? I seen a doc on him. He hunts cougars and shit. He's a real
Oh.
mountain man. They would have sent in Karl Malone. He would have fucking caught that werewolf in fucking 2 days, nigga.
started.
Send in Karl,
Yeah.
nigga.
That motherfucker would have been eating that motherfucker. The car would have been
Malone
having that motherfucker
pulls
for
up in
dinner, nigga.
Pulls up in a fucking USPS mail truck like. These
Bro,
got big-
I want to see that movie. Karl Malone, Werewolf Hunter. Come on, man. So, yo, you can't you can get that movie in Redbox next week. Are you kidding me?
Yo, I'm talking about tonight is gonna be on motherfucking Netflix,
For
nigga.
real.
Yes.
Karl Malone. Yo, make that shit a cartoon. Let's
Word,
go.
I'm watching it on Tubi all day.
For
all
real.
day.
Karl Malone, Werewolf Hunter.
I'm interested. Look, I watched the fucking Abraham Lincoln, the Vampire Slayer. There was 2 of them.
Yeah.
One of them was Abraham Lincoln, the Hunter or something, and then but the one was the real
the one with the
official.
vampire. No, the vampire slayer with the sledgehammer, where he had the sledgehammer everywhere.
That was fire. I'm not in front. That was a lot better than I ever thought, man. Because I was like, this is gonna be fucking stupid.
The title
Abraham
gave that
Lincoln.
Lincoln no justice.
And then you saw, I was like, oh, okay, there's some real badass shit happening here. Like, you was rooting for that nigga. Like, get him, Abe.
You heard up.
Yeah, he was swinging that
crazy with
around.
that sledgehammer nigga.
Yeah, yo, Abe was the truth in that
See,
shit.
that's one I missed because of the name, and now I should go back and watch it.
Yeah, because there was 2 of them. There was another one I watched that. See, I got to know the name because one of them was like the.
Nah, I know.
That was a zombie, I think. It was a zombie hunter or some shit.
Yeah,
Abraham
vampire
versus the Vampire Slayer though.
Nah, the Vampire Slayer.
Yeah, he was
Abraham
doing some
Lincoln,
shit.
the vampire. Yeah,
doing some shit in there.
That's dope.
Because the way that they made it seem like they took him and like put him like in a modernized scenario of vampires, and he's just but still with the old style tools and shit. Shit was dope.
That's dope.
Shit was dope.
Coming through with that wolf pussy.
That wolf pussy.
Yeah. How was tasting?
Brought to you by me, Young Face G. Come on down, get the shot of that wolf pussy, nigga.
You know what? I gotta Google it because I want to see what that's supposed to taste like. You know what I'm saying? Can you give
I'm
us...
sorry. It says it right here. Blueberry rum.
Then why isn't this shit called, man? You tell me Bacardi don't sell no blueberry rum? Come on.
They want to get cute. We're gonna call it Wolfberry because nobody's gonna like it.
That's what it was. That's probably what it was.
Fuck is wolf pussy doing in my life?
They made it, and the guy that runs things was like, "This is horrible." And the guy, it was too late. It was already in production.
I said, bro, this is like wolf pussy. What is this? Well, we'll name it Wolfberry. Wolf pussy and blueberry together makes Wolfberry. Boom. We just figured it out. Thank you, P. Thank you. There it is. Now I can share this with my people.
We need to start hitting these companies up for royalty checks, man.
Cut the check, nigga. I'm trying to tell who's this? Bacardi? Yeah, Bacardi. Make that happen. I know what your niggas' secrets. I know
this shit here says Bacardi Wolfberry infuses blueberry and the exotic, sweet, and tangy taste of wolfberry, also known as goji berry. The distinct combination creates a vibrant spirit with a robust aroma and compelling taste. That sounds like a whole lot of words that mean nothing.
That sounds like a bunch of bullshit. That's some fancy
a
nigga with a fancy hat came up with that shit.
You know what's the next step, right? Googling goji berry.
Oh, well, I know what that is because that was big on the remember when the acai berry was big, the ACAI berry that was big, and then they jumped over to the goji berry because it's supposed to be that it keeps you full for very long. But
right,
and
that acai berry is my favorite
fruit.
one of my. It's my favorite vitamin water actually. That one, man. That acai berry.
Goji berry.
Yep. Not acai berry.
But yeah, see the goji berry is it kind of like upset the acai berry as it's supposed to be a super fruit. But that's the key word right there that everybody fell in love with: antioxidants. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
right.
Goji berries are tiny red fruits packed with antioxidants and powerful medicinal properties. Yeah, man.
Goji.
That doesn't mean to smoke them.
That doesn't mean it's gonna make
also called the wolfberry.
Right. Doesn't mean it's gonna make a good vodka or Bacardi. Tell
Exactly.
you that much right now. They could have kept that idea. Like, we'll put goji berry and blueberry together, and we'll make fucking rum out of it. Go fuck yourself.
Oh shit.
I mean no respect. Go fuck yourself. It's like, oh god, Bacardi. I almost want to send him an email. It's like, look, this shit is look how dusty this bottle is, man. It's been on top of my fridge for like three
I
years,
need a
man.
refund.
You
Need a
know what I
refund.
mean? Like, I bought it 3 years ago and I haven't finished it. I got guests that come over and look at me like I'm stupid when I offer it to them. Niggas
Damn.
they let it touch the lips and go, why?
I'm
Like,
Why
hey,
would
sorry.
you do that?
I was guilty. I'm sorry. I was guilty.
Yeah. So what I do to you, cuz?
I'm sorry.
This how
so
you
they
treat your
they
guests?
they taste it and
I gave him the.
oh shit.
I gave him the. Huh?
You want the wolf pussy, nigga? What?
Yeah, remember you was like, I'm like, what?
Well,
That wolf
see now,
pussy.
now look at this. When I type in Bacardi Wolf, look at number 2. The Bacardi Wolfberry discontinued. So I have to imagine.
Wow.
I have to imagine some people agreed with you guys. You know.
Wow. Yeah, it's like,
So
nigga, don't
you're
ever
drinking
put nothing
some
on mine.
discontinued shit.
No,
Yo, that
P.
could
I
be
had
some
it on top of
money.
I had it on top of my fridge for 3 years. I'm not drinking it. I have it for show for purposes like this. I had been holding this for 3 years just for this episode, man. I knew this shit was coming. My mama told me.
My
I
boy's
got it from my mama. I got it from my mama. I knew it was coming.
my boy holding up some discontinued shit.
Yeah, it's
Right.
like, yo, one day this is gonna make some vital information.
Well, that's what you could say that it's rare now. You know what I mean? Yo, this
Right.
don't even sell this no more.
Yeah,
That's
Yo,
why
don't
it
this
even
shit
tastes
is
like
make this
shit.
no
you
more.
you can't even get this in the States no more.
You can't.
I
They don't
think like
even make
I
it
think in
anymore.
I think you might I think they got like 2 batches in Haiti. I think. You know what I'm saying? But you can't even get these in the States, nigga. Trying to tell you gotta know somebody. I'm the plug.
Hey, listen.
I'm the wolf
But
plug.
to bring some truth here. Pastry was one of the first people I knew that had a white Hennessy.
White
I had a,
Hennessy?
I had a pure. It was called
Yeah.
pure white Hennessy.
Yeah.
It's not
He
really
was the
white.
first one.
I was
Actually, no, he was the first guy I knew to even talk about it because
yeah.
he was the first one. I was
That's because
whenever he said anything about it, that was the first time I even knew that they had white Hennessy.
yeah. And
Ah,
I had a guy. I knew a guy.
you
Good
know a
Yeah,
guy.
guy. Shout out to my man Meezy. Not Fat Meezy, but my man Mike. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Not gonna give his last name for legal reasons, maybe. I don't know. Because at
yeah.
the time it was illegal to do so to bring him back.
Right,
He got him on
Mike.
he got him
Shout out to Meese.
shout out to Mike, you're my G. He got him when he was on a cruise in another island and you're only allowed to I think have so many. You're not really allowed to bring it back, but he kind of smuggled it back with his shit. You know what I'm saying? Not on a
It
plane,
was
on the
just
boat.
nice. It was just nice that he thought of you. You know
Yeah,
what I
nah.
mean?
He's like, my
That's
man came
you know
in.
what
He
I mean.
gave me a whole bottle of this shit, man. It was pure Hennessy. They don't even have it in the States. I don't even think it's here now. Even I think it's starting to trickle in. I don't even think they got it here now. You still got to
Nah,
get
they got only they
it.
got it in certain spots. It's not
Yeah,
only right.
right. You got to be
It's not
like
popularized yet.
it's
Still,
not like a main distributor. And we're going back. This was like wow. My
seven,
daughter
8 years
like
ago, maybe.
maybe more than that. This is probably like this is like 10, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like 10 years ago. Easy. I think my daughter was
there it
little.
is. There it is. That's the same.
Yeah.
That's the
So
exact bottle right there.
yep.
That's
So it's
it.
really not. It's just very light colored. It's not white.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
that's the one right there. Yeah, fine.
But
The
it's like
second one. Yep.
it's like the high yellow piss looking.
Ah.
That's the bottle he had. He showed me that bottle right there. That's what Raps had.
Yeah, he got it from when he went on a cruise in the Caribbean and shit. They give you you can get that kind of stuff.
That's dope.
Yeah, but it was very smooth though. I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm a Hennessy guy, but that had a maybe because it was lighter, it was a little smoother. Not as
Was the kick as the same though, or
oh yeah,
same kick? Same
yeah.
kick?
It felt exotic, but it was a smoother burn. If that makes you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's all
Went
about
down
that burn.
smoother, but same kick.
Right. And
Hmm.
that's the shit when you're drinking that cheap shit, man. It burns.
Right.
That
It
burn.
burns cheap. You know what I mean? It burns like something
Yeah.
cheap. Like, yo, this is rubbing alcohol, bro.
Yeah.
Bad.
Like
You know
like
what I
like Paul
mean?
Masson, like Paul
Yeah,
Mason.
yeah, like you drink that when you got E and J's on that level too. You know what I mean? E and J's got their VS though. They got a smoother version, but
That's
it's
the only smooth part is the VSOP.
right.
That's it.
But it still ain't Henny smooth. And then there's levels above that where niggas be in country clubs.
Hmm
But wolf pussy, man.
But the very the special cognac, the VSOP Hennessy is good.
Well, I think that's what they
That's
were drinking in fucking Wisconsin, and that's why they saw werewolves. Yeah.
I wonder what the
Maybe.
silver bullet
Maybe.
drink is. You know what I'm saying? How they said
I
they got
know.
the silver bullet drink. I wonder if it's just a fucking Coors Light. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
You guys
God.
want the silver bullet?
So what it
Here's
is
a
we get
Coors
we get Bertha to come through here, and you got to lick a shot off her hairy nipple. You know
Oh,
what I mean? It's the
that's a silver bullet.
It's the only way to kill her. It's the only way to kill her is to take a shot off her hairy nip. Bertha. Oh, because once again, there's nothing to do in Wisconsin besides come up with shit like that. You know
Right?
what I'm saying?
Yeah, tip cows, nigga.
Right, tip cows and take shots off of Bertha's hairy nips. That sounds about
Oh
right.
shit!
And then wash it down with some cheese, nigga. Wash it
Right?
down with a chunk of Gouda.
Instead of,
Hey, man,
you know what I
you
mean?
know.
Instead of at the end, like you take the lime, you just take a hunk of fucking cheese. You take the shot, then you
Gouda.
Yeah, take a bite. Man.
yeah, you just
bite.
take a bite off the block and pass it
You know
down.
what I mean?
That's it. That's it.
Yeah, a Parmesan bite, nigga, break your tooth. You don't bite Parm. You gotta shred that.
Yeah,
You gotta shave that
that-
shit, man.
That Munster, pepper
Right?
jack.
Get that pepper jack on tequila and pepper jack sound like that makes sense to me.
Whoa.
You'll
Little
take that
spice,
tequila
little
down.
bite.
Boop, get that little pepper jack afterward, nigga. Put a little fucking garnish on that bitch.
You might have to do that taste test.
I know.
That would be insane.
All you gotta do is put the word challenge at the end of it, and everybody's gonna do it.
That's
Right?
it.
Yo.
That's it. That's it.
We're gonna do the cheese and fucking what was the other product?
Cheese and tequila challenge. That's
Cheese
it.
and tequila challenge. There you go. Cheese and tequila challenge.
Oh God.
Pepper jack. This is the story.
Unbelievable.
You get a good enough story, they're gonna believe it. Hence the reason why these people have good enough stories to me in Wisconsin. To me,
Yeah.
and to their peers, they made it believable. But
Yeah.
I think Linda failed miserably of getting fans to believe in her book and in her documentary.
But you know what? I think a certain percent that wants to believe will believe. So I bet you, it's worked for some people. You know what I mean?
She's on that. If I got one, I got many. You know.
Yep.
I like the way they played it off too, man, because the public was onto the bullshit. So they stopped going, right? So I loved how they was like, yeah, the folk, the story started dying down, and things like that because, the wolves weren't around, coming around. Now, recently he's back around and shit.
Yeah.
What?
Huh?
He only comes out when I'm here.
You tell me that the wolf went on vacation? Is that what it is? The wolf took a sabbatical?
It's like, excuse me, sir, how do you know his itinerary?
Well, hey, that security guard knew the wolf's schedule. He's going to be digging in a hole tomorrow.
Hey, about 3:30 a.m. He's out here.
And talking about, people were scared to come out to keep telling the stories because they felt embarrassed.
Yeah.
That's insane. How do you know about something you don't know about? I don't get it.
Talk to him.
What?
Lucas had so much knowledge about some shit they just heard about. I ain't see no footage. I ain't see no pictures. I ain't see the fear in anybody's eyes like that. There's a certain kind of fear of PTSD of a traumatic experience like that I would think you would go through.
That's a good point. That's a real good point.
And
I didn't
you got
see
the guy,
any fear.
Nothing. And you had that one guy that was like, yeah, I just told him, let's go back in the house. And nigga, you wasn't shitting a brick. You just saw something that looked crazy standing up on 2 feet. That didn't look crazy to you?
No,
You know
we
what I'm
just
saying?
put the fire out and went back in the house. That was it.
That was it.
We'll watch TV tonight
alien.
instead of sitting around the fire. Okay.
Right.
Fuck.
Damn alien in your yard, bro. And you're fucking going to pop fucking.
You got eyes. You got eyes looking at you, but you still want to walk forward.
I know that is scary. That's some balls of steel, if true, of course.
Right. He had
none
of that
looking at you. You know what I'm saying?
Had none of that.
I couldn't make the light go. Fuck it. I couldn't make the light go even brighter. Bro, it's pitch black. How bright do you want the fucking light to be any fucking way?
Right.
Like your camera phone is like a fucking bright light at this point, at that type of darkness.
If I'm not mistaken, didn't he say it was a fucking headlamp? Let's keep it real. Nigga,
Like,
how much range are you getting with a headlamp, bro? You can't even see but fucking 3 feet in front of you. Like, what are we talking about?
Shit. The range of a headlamp.
Right? It's like I had to run towards him so I can get him in my range. Nigga, that's like 2 feet. At that point, you're dead. What the fuck?
That's funny.
If it's something that's probably gonna eat you like an animal, if it's that big from your vision, what you're seeing, bro, then it means it could probably eat you. Get the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not risking it to be like, oh, it's just a big
Well, he
herbivore.
tried to act like he was being brave because he's like, yeah, and he's looking at me, but it's going backwards as I keep going towards it. Yeah, motherfucker, because it's trying to tell you, listen, if you keep walking to him, I'm gonna eat the shit out of you.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Right.
spring on you. And
Unless
especially,
you're-
man, how brave are you around a whatever? I know some people said 5'6", 7, 8, but
Right.
there's an animal standing there 5, 6, 7 feet, and you're
Bro,
just like, yeah, I'm here.
Listen, I'm nervous around a fucking a baby herbivore giraffe, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's like, yo, man, you ever see them fucking swing their necks? He fuck me
Yep.
up if he want to.
That's how
He
they
only
fight.
eats grass. He's not gonna bite me, but he can fuck me. But the intimidating size of something that big is like, oh,
Hell
all right,
yeah.
and it's a baby. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, okay, all right, fella.
Nigga, I'm nervous around wild horses, nigga.
Oh hell yeah.
Should be. You ever see the horses can be intimidating, man. You could see why they use them in like wars and shit. Like, you know, you imagine on the battlefield, you're ready to go, and here's this nigga with this big ass fucking. Oh,
Mhm.
I'm just gonna get trampled by this horse and have no shot. That's nice. You
And
know what
well,
I'm saying?
how we were talking about, like, sometimes humans are dumb with our shit because, bro, you ever touch a horse and you're like, oh, this is solid. This is
strong.
like,
Yes,
this is
fucking
hard.
strength,
Yes,
you know?
When they say horsepower, I see why they called it that. Like, there's
Talk
power
to
here.
'em.
Yes.
There is
Yeah.
power in these fucking
So it's like
animals.
we always
I
think we're
love
the
horses,
shit,
though.
but yo, there's fucking that wolf out in the middle of the woods. Like, I don't know why, you know, humans sometimes pretend like, they're nothing, or like we're always gonna know everything about
Right.
them. Like, no,
I always say when it comes to animals, man,
No,
our skill,
motherfucker.
and when it comes to animals, humans'
Their
skill
instincts
is
superior.
humans,
Their instincts are more superior than ours.
right.
Mm.
That's why I say when it comes to animal, humans' skills of deception is the upper hand. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
we
we
can
just
think
learned
we
how to
can-
make traps and guns.
Right. We can deceive these little niggas and like, oh, don't worry,
Right,
we
you
good
can
over here.
outwit. We can out. That's why we're supreme, because we can outwit
good.
them.
Yes.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
We
But
can
those
deceive 'em and tell
motherfuckers
'em
are the
it's good.
killers.
Yeah.
They the
Yeah.
killers.
We'll
Yep.
set up
Believe
fucking deer feeder just to kill them niggas. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Set the trap, nigga.
Yeah,
That's
but
the only
exactly.
thing they can't. You know.
If we went mano a mano, we're done every time.
We're done.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
That's the point of it all. Like, if we really were to
Absolutely.
strip down, like, all right, physically it's me and you, nigga. It's gonna be them every time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Every time.
Every time.
Every fucking time.
And watch that movie of which felt like the realest bear attack I've ever seen with Leo DiCaprio.
Oh, Leonardo. Yeah.
Oh, the Revenant.
Revenant. Yeah, that
Listen.
one.
Listen.
That
and
felt
if
like
you
a real
notice-
like a real attack.
And
Like
if
if
you
I felt
notice
like
in that movie,
Mm.
if you time all the words in that movie, like the actual dialogue, it's a 2-hour movie, 2.5-hour movie with about a half an hour worth of dialogue.
I didn't think about that. That's true though, because with the whole
It wasn't a
Yeah.
lot of talking.
the only talking was really when they was all out there, the pelt carries, you know what I mean?
Right, when it was him and Hardy going at it.
Right. But the meat and potatoes when he was out there straight in the woods,
Oh,
think
with that
you wanna-
bear. Oh man.
you want to go into another movie that's even crazier? We're gonna go into a movie that's almost 3 hours long and got even less dialect than a half hour. Castaway, nigga.
Yeah.
The first 20 minutes to a half hour maybe of the movie, and the last 15 minutes of an almost 3 hour movie. That's
Yeah.
real. You know what I mean? And Tom Hanks got to eat all that money. He had to share it with fucking nobody. Like, yo, Castaway made a killing, and because he had nobody else there but him, he made a killing.
Hanks.
Speaking of Castaway, that is a very, very, very good strain, by the way, as well.
It's a good what?
Strain.
Oh, it's a good strain. I've never
Yes.
had. Do you feel alone? Do you feel stranded?
You feel like you're on an island?
You feel
Let me
like
tell
you're
you
on an
something.
island?
Let me tell you something.
All the time.
The first time I had it, I ain't gonna lie, I was looking for Wilson.
Wilson, go to fuck the bed. Huh?
It had me looking for Wilson.
Man.
That's
Yeah,
dope.
yeah. Wilson.
But yeah,
he's
man.
on Bray Road. Go find Wilson on Bray
Right.
Road.
Yeah,
Rough.
yeah. That's the name. That's the name of the fucking werewolf, Wilson. Yeah.
Oh Oh God.
Yeah,
So
I'm ready to
I'm
rate
ready.
it. If
Yeah.
Load it
yeah,
up.
So
yeah,
P,
yeah.
you picked it, so it's first on you, babe.
I picked
Canepa.
it. I know. I'm not gonna show no bias. I gave it a -1.
Oh, man.
Shit.
As
That's
the
just shit.
ghost as the ghost gives the expression.
Okay.
Negative.
You gonna stamp it, nothing behind it, just -1.
Negative
Nothing else to
one,
say.
and that's all. And that's all I gotta say.
All right.
And
I go
I
ahead.
do
See,
want to apologize. I do want to apologize for wasting your guys' life and time on this.
60 minutes. I'll never get back, P. Never. Never help somebody without. Never leave without. No. So you gave it a -1 Canepa. So you
Yeah,
gave a
yeah.
nigga a Canepa and then took it back.
And then took it back because the
Took
fucking
it
wolf said so.
because the wolf said so.
You took it
Next
out
to the
and fed
wolf
it to the
fairy.
wolf.
Give it to the wolf
Yeah,
fairy.
gave it to the wolf. I gave it to the wolf.
Oh man. So I gave it, see, I wasn't gonna go that bad, but I gave it a half a melon with a smidget of wolfberry juice sprinkled on top.
With a
Ooh.
seed, with a seed, a half a
Yeah,
melon
we
with a
put
seed in it.
yeah, I get a half for the only half I gave was for my knowledge of a lichen, to be honest. I didn't know that. And probably somebody could have
Well,
looked up if I ever looked up history of a werewolf, but since I never
right.
did, and I tied in lichens and underworld because I really like that
Underworld
series of
movie.
movies. They're pretty dope.
Yes, yes. Great
So I
movies.
was like, oh, the
Great
lichens.
movies.
And then it's like, oh, that's kind of what they really called werewolves in the history of them. So I guess that kind of got me open with that. Um, I like good campfire stories, but I don't like being duped. I feel there was a lot of dupery.
You make me want to dupe,
You know
baby.
what I mean? I feel there was a lot of dupery, and
Yeah,
there was no nothing. They gave us nothing, and it was
yeah,
basically watching an unsolved mysteries episode without the mystery.
yeah.
Like without any like even unsolved mysteries and their shit gave you something, you know.
Yeah, give you something
But
tangible to believe in.
right, show me they'll like unsolved mystery will actually throw in like here's actual footage. You know what I mean? At some
Yeah,
point
I ran
they'll
that.
throw in
Yeah,
some actual footage. At this point, it was supposed to be all about actual footage that we never actually got to see. So they get a half of that. That's a half a melon there with a sprinkle of wolfberry juice on top. Can't do it. You
No doubt.
can't do it.
I gave it a 1 out of 5. It gave me a couple of things to think about, like the Egyptian gods and shit like that, the Greek gods, stuff like that. It made me think about the chupacabra, and just that it gave me that creepy feeling of the woods that I feel like everybody gets from
Right.
like you said, P, more of the city people. When we go in those woods, it gives you that like, ooh, I never,
that
Right.
eerie feeling.
I'm not
Yeah,
gonna say no that the shit doesn't
Right.
exist, but
Hey,
because I
you get a
know,
bunch
like I
of like you
said,
said, a bunch of kids out there that like you said they have nothing to do. Why can't they come
yeah,
up with a mechanical fucking wolf, man? I don't know.
mechanical wolf.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, get them out in the field. Let's scare some folks. Let's make
Man,
our town popping.
I think just
Boom,
Googling
nigga.
shit, they might just have some big ass wolves that live out there. Who the fuck knows? But in terms of like fucking with deer and taking organs out, man, that sounds like satanic shit. So it almost sounds
Right.
like a bunch of stories mixed into one.
There's a
But
lot going on in Wisconsin.
I wasn't mad at it because, like I said, no matter what documentary we watch, while I'm watching it, I always get the feeling of like, this is at least going to be fun to talk about. You know what I mean?
Right.
Regardless if the
yeah.
documentary's great or
Regardless
bad,
of the
it doesn't matter
result,
to me.
it's gonna get torn apart, and we're gonna put a foot's up ass if we have to. That's all.
Exactly. Suited and booted.
So
So yeah,
werewolf
like I
has.
said, 1 out of 5. I'm not mad at it. But shout out to the Wolfberry, Wolf Pussy.
Mm.
But this week it is
Only,
my
exclusively, only at Young Pastries abode.
refrigerator.
Yeah,
On top of my
yeah,
fridge, it will be there for
yeah.
another 3 years. And if you niggas want to,
There you
you
go.
know what I mean? Come holler at me.
Check it out.
You sell shots. So it's my turn this week, and
Zer.
since we're off a specific genre, I went with some weird shit.
All
And this
right,
one
we're back
was
into the honey
interesting to
pot.
me with
Honey pot.
this gentleman here. It's called Off the Rails. And this
Ooh,
dude
trains?
here, this guy has Asperger's syndrome, and he is obsessed with New York Transit and has compelled Darius McClellan to commandeer hundreds of trains and buses, landing him in jail 32 times. His thing is he just wants, like he's got the photographic memory. He knows what to do. He'll dress up and just go take a fucking bus, and he'll make all the correct stops, do everything right. And he's just, he's what? Let me show you the trailer. He's just
Wait
out
a
of
minute,
his
wait a minute.
fucking mind.
So he has a photographic memory
Yeah.
and basically dresses up as a, let's say, a bus driver on
Yep.
and gets in, like, steals a bus and fucking does the route.
Yeah, and
Basically is what you're trying to
does
tell
the
me?
right thing. And he does it to
And does the
subways.
route.
And he does it to
Wow.
subways. He does it to everything. And he's been arrested 32 times for the same shit.
Doing it.
And they just don't know what to do with
Impersonating an
it.
employee.
But like he's
Is that a charge, nigga?
he's never hurt anybody. He doesn't do it. He likes, and I'm sure
Yo,
we'll
get that
find
nigga a
out in
job.
this.
Get it?
That's what I'm saying.
Just say,
That's what I'm saying. But
I
I'm
was
sure
about to say that.
we'll find out in there somehow what
Right,
the fuck's
right.
happening because in my opinion, I'm
Holy
like,
shit.
but yeah, let's watch the trailer here. It's
That's crazy.
bugged out.
Holy shit.
They're amongst us.
And so, like I said,
obviously he doesn't comprehend. It's like something with it. Like if he got arrested 32 times for doing the same thing, he's not gonna ever get that. You know what I'm
and it's
saying?
kind of like he thinks he's helping, and they said in the movie, or excuse me, in the trailer, they're just like he does everything right. Like he gets on the subway, he'll fucking steal it somehow. He'll make all the correct stops. He'll make the correct announcements over the radio. Like he does everything correctly. It's just he's not
Next
supposed to be
stop
doing
Fordham
it.
Road. Next stop
Right,
Fordham
yeah.
Road. 125.
And
So
so
he's just not
think,
employed by none of these companies.
yeah, and so I
No,
think
that's
it delves
crazy.
into like the further of like the mentality of him and the
Oh.
prison system and shit like that. I think it'll be
Wow.
interesting.
That
It
will
looks
be
it
Oh,
looks
that guy
crazy.
needs to be. That guy needs to be fucking. That guy needs to be fucking given a lot of money, bro. He could
needs to
crack
be-
a lot of shit. This guy.
Bro, he needs to be on the fucking View with Whoopi.
Yeah, yeah.
What the fuck? But yeah, he
Yeah,
should be
man.
on the, it seems like he should be on the
Right.
payroll, or like it seems
Yeah,
he'd be employee of the month every time, but
Bro, I mean, he didn't
He
kill nobody. He
gets
didn't hurt nobody.
He gets a free
didn't
bologna
intend to hurt
sandwich, nigga.
nobody.
That's what he gets. Gets a
Yeah.
bologna
All
sandwich
he
for his
did,
trouble.
all he did was say "fuck you" to the subway system in New York, and was like, "I'm going to take this shit over." That's
I'm
all.
gonna do it the
Yep.
way it's supposed to be done, so people are gonna love me.
Yeah, I bet you he got more. I bet he got fans and people that admire him more than anything.
probably.
Shit, I admire the guy.
I would say I didn't even watch the doc yet, and I already am a fan, nigga. So
Yeah. You know what I mean?
we gonna see, man.
Wow. All right. Fine.
And I'm
With
gonna
the
make-
fucking
I'm
clutch, with the clutches, huh?
And every time I run into a lazy nigga that don't want to work, I'm gonna make him watch this documentary.
Yeah, it is.
Yo, watch
Yeah,
this
it is.
documentary, man, and get your shit together, man.